Hello friends, it's Nancy with Astrology and Angel Mediums today with another deck unboxing. Today we have the Ancestral Healing Oracle by Inna Segal and illustrated by Jena Dellagrottaglia. I believe is how you pronounce it, and I'm sorry if I mispronounced it. So this is another deck by Rockpool, and it is a 36 card deck. Meant to be used essentially as an oracle deck, and so it's supposed to help you free yourself from limiting ancestral patterns and exploring important archetypes so that you can better understand yourself. I thought that this would be a good addition with some of my ancestral practices that I've been doing, and I love these larger boxes on these decks, even though it does make it a little bit more challenging to just kind of carry with you. But I do think it's really nice. So it's not the typical kind of I don't know if it's called the clam. I think this is more of a clamshell box that is kind of opening up so that you can kind of see everything stored inside. And so on the inside, it just says, healing from ancestral trauma involves transforming past wounds into seeds of strength and wisdom. And so it does come with a guidebook, and it's full color, which is very nice. And there's some information, some different card spreads, and then the actual card meanings to kind of help you with the full color of each of the cards, which is nice. And so I thought the artwork looked really nice. And if you've seen my Resurrection Oracle unboxing, the cards remind me of that deck quite a bit. And I guess that makes sense, as Jena also did that deck. So there you go. You can kind of see quite a bit of information. It kind of talks about what the card means. And then also there is the inclusion of a healing practice, which is really nice. As someone that is trying to kind of do some ancestral healing and, kind of working on an ancestral grimoire, I think that this will be a really nice deck to add into my healing journey. So here we have some information about the author, Inna Segal, and then about the illustrator, so that way you can kind of know where to follow them and check out their social media and keep up with whatever projects they're working on. So I do like whenever boxes have like this little ribbon, especially when it's a bigger box. It makes it a little bit easier to pull the decks out. And on the back, we have, it almost looks like a heart made out of mirrors that's kind of been broken, and then a crown with some flowers. It is reversible. And we're going to talk about, there's this very beautiful, not super shiny gold edging. I feel like this is more of like a subdued kind of matte gold, but that still has a little bit of shine, and it's not quite as gilded, if that makes sense. It's a little bit more muted. So we also have the cards themselves. I'm just going to show you guys the deck. Very nice, chunky card stock, if that is something that you like. And then we have card number 2. So I'm just going to kind of keep them in order. Number 3, I like that there's different themes with this deck. I think that that is a nice inclusion, as it's not just focusing on the feminine elements of our lineage. It is talking about the masculine lineage as well. And then there's themes like this where it's talking about befriending our inner child, learning from family patterns, know you are worthy. I think that this would be a nice deck to even use without the guidebook, even though I do really like the inclusion of a healing exercise to work through. So meet your ancestral shadow, transform your wounded feminine, embrace your inner rebel, live your true purpose. It's really beautiful artwork. There's a lot you can kind of go off of if you're someone that maybe prefers to kind of use the card as a means of connecting more thoroughly with your intuition as well. Claiming your kingdom, explore family healing, tame your dragons, see the phoenix reborn, stop looking for quick fixes, understand your karmic lessons, ask the archangels for help. This is a stunning card. I just think it's absolutely beautiful. Strengthen your sense of self. Gain courage from your family. Embrace healing perspectives. I think this is also really beautiful. It almost looks like these people were dancers or something. I don't know. Strengthen your weakened masculine. Listen to your inner guidance. This reminds me of like Kuan Yin, like a Kuan Yin oracle. So go beyond survival mode. Create healthy boundaries. Discover your divine feminine. Connect with your divine masculine. Prepare to be tested. I think that's beautiful symbology or symbolism. I was like, I don't think symbology is a word. It might be. But beautiful symbolism, especially if you're someone that kind of was raised with like Christian kind of like Bible stories, if that makes sense. There's like, you know, the Garden of Eden, and there's the snake and the tree of life. So grow beyond shame, and that is like the actual card artwork that is on the deck box. So acknowledge your progress, find your soul tribe, open your heart to sacred love, and develop familial compassion. So I think these are really great themes for all of us that maybe are doing a little bit of this like ancestral healing work. I think it's a very well executed deck that includes a lot of different themes that you can kind of go off of and utilize in your own way. And with the, you know, depth that the card meanings have, as well as the healing practice, I think that it can really be a beautiful way of connecting a little bit more to some of that ancestral healing, especially if you don't really know like what to start with. I think that there's some inclusions of some different card spreads you can kind of use. Let's look. There's an introduction, how to use the cards. So there's a 3-card reading that has like specific questions, a 4-card reading with specific questions. So I think that this would be a great way to maybe do some like shadow work, some just healing, journaling, things of that nature to kind of maybe start off with this, so that you have the opportunity to kind of like move into understanding certain patterns or certain things that have been going on within your lineage. So let me know what you guys think of this deck. I think the artwork is really stunning. Again, I don't usually go for like super frilly decks like this, but I think it's stunning. There's a lot of power and movement in the cards, which I think is beautiful. I like that it's not just the same image or a very familiar kind of like where we just kind of see only one sort of person on the cards. There's a lot of different imagery. There's a lot of different cultural like references and a lot of different like ethnicities included in this deck, which I think is great. So I just want to say thank you so much for joining me. Let me know what you guys think of this deck, and have a good one. Take care. Make good choices. Bye.